welcome back as we continue our New Hampshire primary coverage.
And we're going to get some analysis now on the winners, the losers, the margin, the momentum coming out of tonight. Here's Mike Nikitas with some analysis for
Lots to talk about, Christy and Brian, so little time. Jesse Mermel, Jeff Simone. So the headline, if you had to distill it down to one thing, what's the takeaway from tonight? On the Republican side first.
On the Republican side, I think it's the performance of Chris Christie and the margin of victory for Donald Trump. He really ran away with it tonight, and he needed a great night, and he had a great night.
Christy done?
Yeah.
All right. What about the Democrats? What do you think?
I'm actually going to go a little bit more macro. If there was ever any doubt, I think the headline tonight is that this is officially the year of the outsider. You know, for the first time tonight, we saw Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders win the primary, something no one would have predicted when they first got in the race. And, you know, I think it makes a real statement, and that's the headline for me.
How about the margin of victory for Bernie Sanders over Hillary Clinton? Is that a headline tomorrow? That's almost 20 points.
That's definitely a big story. I mean, you and I were talking earlier, the CNN poll from 4 days ago had a larger margin of victory for Bernie, so you could make the case that Hillary closed, at least from that poll. But I think this is a much larger margin of victory than the Clinton folks were hoping for, and it is absolutely one of the top stories coming out of tonight.
Any surprises out of this evening, either side, Jeff?
Yeah, I'd say that Ted Cruz coming in third, that's a big surprise. I know he had a great ground game, but he was slated to fill that kind of fourth, fifth position and maybe have Jeb Bush come on. Jeb Bush tied for fourth with Marco Rubio. You know, he said his campaign will live on. Well, it's on life support at this point.
All right, any major surprises for you, especially on the Democratic side?
You know, my surprise was actually on the Republican side. I was shocked by Jeb Bush's failure to really capitalize on what was at least an improved night from how he did in Iowa, and how he timed his speech tonight, sandwiched and lost in between Bernie Sanders and Donald Trump, was a real missed opportunity, and I thought amateur hour coming from the Bush team.
Jesse Mermel, our Democrat, and if you want to follow her, at Jesse Mermel on Twitter, and Jeff Simone, at Jeff, S-I-M-O, spell it?
S-E-M-O-N-M-A, at Jeff Simone, M-A, Twitter.
Jeff and Jesse, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. Christy and Brian, great night, very interesting night, and it's just the beginning of this long primary season.
Yeah, it's amazing with two decisive wins how much there actually is to talk about. They mentioned a disappointing night for Marco Rubio, and afterward he had some humility as well as